M2 money supply chart, 72-day leading indicator. Interesting data point I just came across. Dollar right now falling if you're a Bitcoin altcoin holder. I can't even stress enough how important this chart is. We're going to dig into the chart. Ethereum right now, potentially setting up its just game-changing comeback story. It's been an underdog, believe it or not. Ethereum has been an underdog while the narrative over the last few years has completely shifted for this chart, the Cardano chart. Everybody, what is getting ready to happen for Cardano, many are not ready for. And we might have a little bit of a sign, a leading indicator suggesting the move. Hit the subscribe and like on the way in. Let's jump into the video. Before we look at Ethereum and Cardano, I want to actually just go over a couple points. So I saw this post from Colin over here on X. The global M2 money supply chart just printed another vertical line. The rally for stocks, Bitcoin, crypto is going to be epic. March 25th is the approximate date. It's in 20 days from now. I thought that was interesting. And then you sprinkle in these things like Crypto Summit and these different narratives that we have. The next few weeks could be very interesting. What he has here is, and I was watching some of his content, and he spoke of it, I believe, kind of like experimental, but there's a reason why when he broke down the data and studied all the data, he basically moved that global M2 money supply forward a little bit to be this kind of 72-day leading indicator for Bitcoin. And you can just see epic rally coming soon for stocks, Bitcoin, crypto. The line just went vertical. It shows a predictive correlation to Bitcoin and stocks. So if this plays out, and he kind of has this date in green here, March 25th, we might see Bitcoin start cruising to the upside. And whether or not this plays out, I do not know. You can go watch his videos and really dig into, why he did this or how he did this. But it's not just him talking about this either. There's a lot of people that are kind of tracking M2 money supply as well. So that's one thing that's happening. But while that's happening, while we have this in play, and not even mentioning the interest rates, the macroeconomic landscape that I think too many people are too zoomed in right now to realize the macro potential and the macro opportunity that we're just sitting here. We're sitting here within the opportunity. Too many people are zoomed in. But the US dollar collapsing right now, bullish for crypto. He has a head and shoulders here. And I went to the chart, and here it is on the daily. You can see it has been falling. I'd first off speculate or anticipate some type of pullback. But without even talking about that, there's that head and shoulders he kind of plotted. If you really look at this, I posted about this, I think maybe yesterday or today, the fractal that we've been tracking. And if you've been watching my YouTube videos, we've really been tracking it since it's somewhere up here in the $109 range. We're at $104 now. The thing about this is that fractal is from here, Trump's last term. So he comes into office like January right here, and the dollar starts falling. January 2025, here we are, the dollar has started to fall. And a lot of his policies that he's putting forward, what he wants to happen is for this to happen. He wants interest rates to come down. And if we get this repeat, and we have other data points like we just talked about, the global M2 supply, money supply, things are getting very bullish for crypto. And we go to other charts like Ethereum and ADA. If you've been watching my videos for ADA, you know I've been bullish at 30 some cents, and I've been bullish at 90 some cents, and I've been bullish at 60 some cents. But the move hasn't even happened. That's going to be illustrated in this video when we look at Cardano. But let's start with Ethereum. When we have these things going on right now, World Liberty Financial has significantly increased its Ethereum holdings. Eric Trump, part of this team, has been posting, buy the dip. There's a reason why people like Eric Trump, there's a reason why massive whales and institutions are just accumulating crypto right now from retail. You look at I don't have the chart open. I should have opened it, but you look at the changing of hands from retail capitulating on the chart, and whales just absolutely accumulating from retail. There's a reason why. Over the past week, the company nearly doubled its ETH assets. All the while, they are smart. I'm telling you, they're smart because right now, Ethereum, this top 2 crypto, is an underdog in the crypto space. And I think this is going to lead to an absolute massive breakout. So Sentiment posted this data. Ethereum sentiment has declined to year low levels as the asset has underperformed relative to other top caps. For those patiently holding their ETH, the bearishness being projected across social media is a good sign of a potential turnaround once crypto markets stabilize. So interesting in these environments just to see, once again, this is the same story over and over, retail capitulating. And this time, though, something is in the air that has not been in the air before in terms of whales and in terms of who exactly is accumulating. And in terms of the headlines we're getting, we have this crypto summit on Friday. Maybe I'll talk about more of that tomorrow, but we have so much in play right now, and Ethereum at this record low sentiment area. And by the way, last time that happened, we know what happened to price, right? So whether it's right now, whether it's in a little, Ethereum's bottoming out. And the move is going to be explosive. I've been saying, and we can talk about price now, I've been saying Ethereum is kind of in this potential busted pattern. We got this breakout out of this really long-term trend line in blue that you see there. I'm going to zoom out in just a moment. But before I zoom out on that, I just want to say Ethereum right now is putting in some bullish divergence on this daily chart. And I don't know if we might get this pullback sooner than later to the trend line to test for this busted pattern. And the timing of this is very interesting. It is March 5th, Wednesday. Tomorrow's Thursday. So here's, tomorrow, and then Friday is right here. Friday is the crypto summit. I don't know what the news will be in terms of crypto, specifically Ethereum. I don't know if Ethereum will have a really nice headline, but this could be the move. We have bullish divergence in play. The move could be just a day or two away for Ethereum to break back into that massive triangle. And this is what we've been anticipating. Especially if we go to the weekly, it's way more illustrated. And then I want to look at Cardano, because Cardano, I just spotted something. I didn't spot it, actually. I just saw something posted, and I really want to talk about it. But this is typical bottoming out. Look, if we remove all the drawlings for a moment, I just want to show you something. The best time to buy Ethereum is when it's below the 200 week. It's just simple. It's just simple. It even wicked here. Best time to buy. And look at this. It could just be as simple as that. We can do as much analysis as we want, but I'm just saying that is pretty compelling, right? And the same is true on Bitcoin charts. Anytime it's below that 200-day moving or 200-week moving average, things become very bullish. But here we are, where we're in that environment and we have this pattern in play. This might be a busted pattern. We're waiting for Ethereum. Obviously, on the way up, we're looking for Ethereum to break around 2470. But this trend line, right now in this week, sitting at around 2700, maybe 27 to 2800 is a nice area to call it. And Ethereum right now is at 2260, 2269, 2270. So that move to this trend line will be a very, very bullish confirmation if we close above the trend line of this symmetrical triangle. And that would be a busted pattern, meaning we get the fake breakout to the downside. And I just think the very fact that it's just so oversold, there's so much negative sentiment, it's the underdog story for Ethereum right now, and whales are accumulating, and we have this potential busted pattern in play. Just watch out, everybody. And the reason I'm tracking this so much is because what this would mean for altcoin markets, and I'm going to probably do an altcoin video tomorrow. I meant to do it earlier today, but just too much going on. But what this would mean for altcoin markets if Ethereum gets this busted pattern in play, it's going to be explosive, everybody, especially at the confluence of all of these things we're talking about. Global money 2, or global money 2. I need to slow down. Global M2 money supply, US dollar falling, and all of the bullishness right now in play. Let's talk about Cardano on this chart. And before I do, to set the tone, a couple of things that I just want to talk about. I saw this post from Whale right before I was getting ready to do the video. And I was actually going on X really to find this post. And it just actually popped up on my feed. Cardano and HBAR are teaming up to take over the entire stablecoin sector. I wanted to find this post to bring it up again because I was just talking to Plutus Staking and we're having a conversation about Cardano. One thing that came up is Cardano getting stablecoins, right? Cardano getting this liquidity. Let me read what Whale said and then we can talk about this. Whale said, I don't know how true this is, but somehow can't shake the feeling that both Tether and Circle have made a major long-term strategic error with their attitudes toward Cardano. And it is so true, everybody. If you take what he's saying and you take what this is saying, the rumor, kind of taking over the entire stablecoin sector and making an absolute power move in terms of stablecoins, and then you sprinkle in there Bitcoin DeFi and the liquidity and volume that will come from Bitcoin DeFi with what Cardano is doing. With those two things alone, stablecoins, Bitcoin DeFi, we have an insane storm for Cardano. But that's the thing. It doesn't even end there. Cardano has all of these other narratives in play right now. Cardano just got directed by President Trump to be in the altcoin strategic reserve, crypto strategic reserve. If these things come together, and I just saw this from TapTools, and this is what's going to pivot into the charts, Cardano ADA trading volume has hit all-time highs, surpassing levels seen when ADA reached its $3.10 all-time high. This, and let me explain why, is so big. This record-breaking volume is nothing if these things come to fruition. That is to say, stable coins, Cardano and Bitcoin DeFi, and institutional. They've got the ETF. Haven't even mentioned the ETF. And if you go to the chart, and this is where things come together very nicely. This move last cycle, this parabolic move, y'all, if you were here, you enjoyed it. I know you did. And if you weren't here, it's okay. Maybe you were enjoying another altcoin move. But that move, nothing compared to what could happen right now. Back here, Cardano don't have anything that it has right now other than staking. It just came online, right? But we talk about this often. March, we had the multi-asset ledger, right? Kind of start. We had smart contracts finally come into play at the top of the bull market, and then it was a bear market. We didn't have any of this. We didn't have DeFi. We didn't have a Cardano ecosystem. We absolutely didn't have ETFs in play. We absolutely didn't have a president posting about Cardano ADA. And now, right here, we're getting all-time high volume that we had back here. And the reason why I think this is so compelling is because if you go look at that chart, right? That all-time high, yes, it was the all-time high, but we have to keep in mind, as ADA was kind of just starting its bull market, guess what? It was breaking all-time high volumes along the way, right? So if I can show you what I mean by that, check out volume on this chart. And this is a very poor example because this is Binance. The volume is not looking incredible on this one chart, but I want to just show you the volume on this chart, right? So if you think of ADA last cycle and think of that TapTools chart, ADA all-time high volume right here in this moment, look what it was actually doing, all getting ready for the move. Really massive volume. And that's kind of reminiscent of what is happening right here. This isn't like, oh, it's topping out all-time high volume. This is like the lead up to very, very high volume, in my opinion. So with that being said, I think that's an absolutely phenomenal leading indicator of what is to come on this chart. And, I don't know what crypto is going to do in the short, mid, or long term. Nobody knows what's going to happen here. But I will say, if we could have everything coming together in such a way at this moment of a 4-year cycle, I think there's not much more we could ask for. A president posting about ADA being added to a strategic reserve. ETFs were like days, weeks away from potential approval of the ADA ETFs. We have record high volume. We have a chart that is insanely synergistic and reflective of last cycle's beginning of the bull market. We have ADA operating within the bull market doors, almost identical to last cycle around this moment. If there was just anything or a bunch of things that could come together in the way that they are right now, this would be the ones we choose. Bitcoin DeFi, stable coins. If this stuff happens, and again, I don't know if maybe it just won't, right? But if it does, everybody, I just had the Ethereum chart open. $546 billion market cap last cycle for Ethereum. If Cardano gets crazy volume and an explosion in DeFi, do you realize it could get to not even what Ethereum did last cycle and still hit $14? I'm not saying that's my price prediction, but when we're talking about like, man, is it going to break above $1? Can it get to $2, $3 or whatever? That's like the start of the move. What ADA can accomplish this cycle, if things really come together nicely, is explosive. And it is really mind-blowing to just look at the Cardano story and to look at even just a year ago, over the years, especially in the bear market, how much just negativity Cardano got. And now it is such a power player in the space. And it's because of the fundamentals. It's because of the tech that is built to do things that other cryptos just cannot do. And I think it's just naturally and organically getting respect from at least the major players in the industry that have enough like just unemotional mindset to say, hey, you know what? I get that. I get it. I get what Cardano's doing. Like there's nothing else happening here. There are very smart people that are taking that approach. You have the Bitcoin maximalists that are like, ADA does nothing. It shouldn't be in a reserve. You know, that's because they hold only Bitcoin. But when you have the people in the industry, power players, even whales, institutions, they're realizing what Cardano is built for. So I'm just saying, right here is it's all coming together. It really is all coming together. I was just talking to Pluto Staken about all of this, and I just said to him, Cardano is primed. And he's like, new video about to drop, LOL, because I said that. And here's the video. Everybody, crypto in general, if you zoom out on all of these things that are going on, I try and condense it so short just to get into like a 10, 15 minute video. If you look at all this stuff, I don't know. You know what I'm saying. You either do or you don't know what I'm saying, but this is very bullish. This is very bullish for this new space, which is crypto. You look at the total crypto market cap, it's not even $3 trillion. Tens of trillions of dollars are getting ready to pour in. And Cardano is front and center in that story, along with Ethereum. It's time to pay attention, everybody. Hit the subscribe, hit the like. I appreciate you. Go to the Discord. Get into our Discord. A lot of very cool things are coming. We're working on a lot of cool things. Would love to have you over there. I'll see you in the next video. God bless.